Trump has been losing his mind since Mamdani won in New York, okay? He no longer feels safe. He is starting to get like so scared, guys. I mean, that's why this entire week on his social media, he has been going crazy with ending the filibuster rants. I mean, look at all of these posts. This is it. This is just this last week. That's just this week, okay? That is how crazy this is. Look how much look at this. The guy's losing it. Actually, you know what? I bet if I go on my phone right now, we'll probably find a new. You know what? Let's do that. Let's see if we can find a new one. Let's see if we can find a new one. That's how actively this guy is losing his mind right now about the filibuster. All right, Truth Social. Oh, we have some stuff about Joe Biden. He posts so much that I'm still like within an hour and I'm 15 posts in. That's how terrible this is. This guy like literally does no work. What is this? This guy literally just does this. There you go. Today, he is still going at this, okay? Today, look at this. There you go. That is the most recent one, and it's really hard to see on screen, so I'll make sure that it's put up there for you guys. But that right there, he is still asking the Republican Party to get rid of the filibuster. He is so scared, guys. It's easy to say this is like just Trump being Trump because he's normalized his behavior for basically everyone. So when you see something like this, maybe you like sigh or you drop your head, but then after you go about your day, I mean, basically you're just like, meh, it's just Trump being Trump. But there's something else happening right now, guys. Okay, it's much bigger than that. Trump doesn't just want power right now. Okay, he wants power and permanence. That's what he wants. And he knows one of his only chances is by ending the filibuster, okay? It's not a policy move. It's a blueprint for total control. The filibuster is one of the last guardrails in our system, a 60-vote requirement designed to slow down the majority and make every major law reflect like national consensus. If Trump kills that rule, he turns the Senate into a partisan machine, okay? A place where one party can go govern without restraint. And that's the point, because he doesn't want restraint. He wants a system where the executive branch sets the agenda and the Senate rubber stamps it, and the courts, basically packed with his appointees, bless it. His goal isn't just to win debates, it's to remove the possibility of losing them, okay? If he can end the filibuster, he can pass laws that rewrite the playbook. I mean, for example, national voter ID, limits to like mail-in ballots, immigration crackdowns, funding challenges that reward allies and punish opponents. That's why he wants to do this. None of that requires changing the Constitution in any way, okay? Just the willingness of his party to go along, and that's what makes this moment really dangerous, as he cries and cries and cries to Republicans to blow up the filibuster, okay? The founders designed the system to withstand ambition, but only if the people inside it believe in the system itself. So on January 6, 1788, James Madison wrote, and I'm going to quote this, "Ambition must be made to counteract ambition." Madison warned that power always seeks more power, and that the only way to preserve liberty is to set up competing ambitions against each other through like checks and balances. So that tells me that Madison knew a person like Trump would come along one day and want to be king. But at that time, they already beat a king's army. They wanted to make sure that people wouldn't have to stand up and fight like that again. If Republicans decide power matters more than process and democracy is dead, the filibuster falls. And with it, the idea of shared government and checks and balances. Let's be clear about something, all right? Trump can't legally make himself president for life, although he really wants to. The 22nd Amendment stops him after 2 terms, but he doesn't need to change the text of the Constitution if he can convince enough people to basically ignore the spirit of it. He can govern through lawfare, executive orders, and a network of loyalists who carry out his will. This isn't speculation at all. I mean, it's clearly a pattern. Every single time he's faced accountability, he's moved to undermine the system that held him there. Okay, he fired inspectors general who investigated him. He attacked courts that ruled against him. He called election officials enemies. Now he's turning on the Senate rules themselves. I mean, we can look further into this. I mean, think about it this way. Language matters, all right? He's using language like blow it up, terminate it. Those aren't governing words, by the way, by in any means. They are words of war. It's how you talk when you see democracy as an obstacle, not an obligation, okay? And history shows us how this goes, okay? Authoritarianism rarely arrives as a shout, all right? It kind of like slides in through silence and fatigue. People say, I'm tired of gridlock, or maybe we need strong leadership. And before they know it, they've traded consent for control, basically. I mean, Trump isn't trying to fix the system, guys. He's slowly trying to prove that he can bend it. And that's pretty scary. And if the Republicans let him, the filibuster won't be the last thing to fall. Here's the hopeful part, okay? The Constitution still stands. The courts still function, and the press still investigates and reports. And the people, when informed, still have power, guys. And that's why I'm actually here. I quit my job. I dropped everything like 8 months ago and started reporting the news on social media full time. Okay? Because I know how important it is for our future. And now look at this. Now I'm here with all of you, and I'm so excited and grateful that I am. All right? Telling you how it is and what's actually happening. Not to instill fear in anybody, but to make sure that you understand how serious all of this actually is. Because this fight isn't about Republicans or Democrats. All right. It's about whether we still believe in checks and balances, okay? Or whether we're willing to give one man the keys to the whole system or the kingdom, however you want to put that, right? Because we're tired of the arguments. Trump doesn't want to leave, but in America, no one person is supposed to stay forever, okay? That's why our laws outlive our leaders. And that's why the filibuster, for all of its flaws, is worth defending.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to stay connected and informed to the stories that matter, the people that matter, and most importantly, the truth. The thing that is so hard to find right now. And just so you guys know, I do the best that I can to answer the comments. So I really hope to see you guys in there.